I know they get tired of me because nobody else ain't gonna say it. I gotta say it, man. Gotta say it, man. Somebody gotta say it. People don't like to hear the truth, man. You know, people don't. Life is about evolution. It's about evolution. You know? That's what this shit about. This shit about evolution, man. And grown men evolve. I mean, I'm speaking on the same thing you speaking about. Like, we all speaking on the same thing we speaking. I'm speaking on what I've seen. I'm speaking on what I've paid attention to for the last 15, 20 years. You know? That's what I'm speaking on. I'm speaking on facts. I'm speaking on what I know to be facts. I'm speaking on what we seen. You know, last night was big for the culture, but at the same time, it was confusing to the culture. You know? Because the reality of the situation is, when you look at the way two men carried themselves, right? And I'm not gonna say he a clown, I'm not gonna disrespect the man in that matter, but I say he has a lot of evolving to do. You know, he needs evolution.
All right, babe, I'm out.
Oh, I'm gonna bring Hitman in. Okay, I'm gonna bring Hitman in. So we can have, Hitman want to get in the car, I'm gonna go. We can have a conversation, you know.
My dog, what's up with you?
What's up with you, King? How you?
Chillin', man. Just seeing a chance for a little friendly debate with you, man.
You know that?
Your brain.
Yeah, well, you know, I seen your comment, you know, and I'm gonna let you talk first, and then I'm gonna give you my perspective, and then we can take it from there.
Okay, Ben. So my thing is, like, I don't think a lot of people giving Gucci credit because it's different ways that people grow. You know what I'm saying? Jesus showed the more unbothered growth. I'm not on that time, which is good. You know what I'm saying? I think Gucci showed his growth by even accepting the challenge. You gotta understand, my son, if I tell somebody on the end of my song, and I'm a famous rapper, man, 10,000 for whoever go get my son chain. What you gotta understand is, whether it's not a saying, I want somebody to come kill you, things go left with guns involved. If somebody finna come get your chain, they're not gonna say, my son, put the gun down. Put your jewelry down here peacefully. I just want your chain to leave. They're willing to do whatever to get your chain. So that was a hit. Whether he said go kill him or not, that was a hit. So for Gucci to even be in the same room with somebody that had people to try to come harm him is growth. Another thing is, they're street rappers. They're not motivational speakers. Gucci was in his environment by talking kind of heavy, and he probably said too much, but they're not motivational speakers. They're street niggas. So Gucci is not doing, you know what I'm saying? It's the first time he's been in a room with somebody that had somebody try to kill him. I'm talking heavy. What's up, Jeezy? Go dig your partner. What's up? I know that might sound childish, but they're street rappers. That's what we love. You know what I'm saying? So I feel Gucci growth was him even doing it. He probably didn't have to say the stuff he was saying, but hey, that's what we love him for. He was in his environment, right or wrong, Vice? He was in his environment, right?
I hear you. I don't personally agree, but I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna give you my perspective.
Okay. So my thing is, what people say, people be trying to make it seem like Jeezy just the grown man of the whole situation. No, he said niggas gonna happen to go do something to Gucci. Gucci played offense. Jeezy left it alone as far as he can't really say nothing. He sent the hit, it didn't go right, or whatever he did, so he can't talk about it, so he can't say nothing. He got a grown man routed, and a lot of people in Atlanta, I live in Atlanta now, so I've been hearing a lot of talks for the last week or two, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been war for like not 2 decades, for like 15 years, like every time they see it, you know what I'm saying? So it's really been war. It ain't like Gucci ain't said nothing for 20 years in that song, but trying to act heavy. It's really been that. You know, so I understand the animosity that Gucci had last night. That's why I don't really knock it. Like, I'm not saying Jeezy should have went to go punch him or go shoot him on stage. I just felt like, shit, the gangster rappers, they had beef, talk that shit. That's what we want to see. Being honest, that's what I wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like Gucci did grow, man. Just just for even doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion.
Okay, now let me give you my opinion. My opinion is it's a two-pronged situation, right? If we street niggas, right, and murder and attempt murder, that shit is that there is no statute of limitation on that. That's a conspiracy right there. So every time you get on the record, you come out and you say you sent the nigga to do something to me to take my life, you possibly indicting me. So I can't defend that. I can't never have a conversation to get that. Because right now you actually working with the police. Every time you incriminate me in a crime and you say that I committed a crime that I never said I committed, you keep saying that I committed a crime. I sent the nigga, send your partners. Every time you say something, first of all, that's against street code altogether. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows if you in the streets and we street niggas, I'm never gonna say that you committed a crime against me. Never. At no point. That's a known fact. Any nigga that's in the street know that. Okay. Part two is this. You come to a situation, right? You got a 15-year-old beef that you ain't squashed, right? It's 15 years, my nigga. You ain't did nothing in 15 years. If you feel this way, like you say, every time we seen each other was this and that. If you had a situation, in 15 years, you could have handled that. We both in Atlanta. We've been in the same clubs. We've been in the same stores. You done said all these shit. You got about 10 records saying you this and that. You could have handled that there. You could have been handled this, my nigga. Now you just come into it, you want to put on the square. Now you talking about a nigga that's dead. That's a friend of mine. Some of his family might still be me. Some of his brothers that haven't got over the shit you talking about, but they ain't been in the same situation, in the same rooms with you. This could have went all the way left, my nigga. Niggas could have died, lost their freedom, everything. As a grown man, you put your life, you got kids, you got a wife, you got all this shit at 40 years old. You done changed. The 25-year-old nigga that you went through, that somebody should have hit out, whatever the situation you saying happened, you not even that nigga no more. You don't look like him, you don't sound, you supposed to have evolved. So you come into this room as this grown-ass man that's evolved with $10,000 worth of clothes on, with $5 million worth of jewelry on, and you almost could have got everybody to lose their life in that room because you ain't past 25. So what happened is, Jeezy looked at the situation and said, my niggas is here, they all go. If I do something, this gonna go all the way wrong. All I gotta do is act like this ain't what it is. Niggas that's in projects that follow Gucci gonna die. My man's gonna die. This shit gonna start a worldwide beef because we already divided. As a man, I have a decision to make. As of right now, man, I understand that what I say right now is gonna dictate the next 20 years. What I say right now is what I said 25 years ago is why these kids is out here dying. Because they thought the shit me and him was doing was gangster. I realize now this shit ain't gangster. I'm 40 years old. I got property. I got family. I'm about to get married. I can't continue this cycle. Me watching these little niggas get killed because they think, holding on to some shit that's 20 years old. It ain't nothing gangster, but I realized that at 40. It's niggas every day. I went from saying, my nigga, pull up to say, you right, beloved, you got it. Because I'm a grown adult man. I've evolved. I understand them niggas at 25 thinking that. When I see these young niggas talking that at 25 and 20 plus, I was doing that. I'm not doing that at 40. Hitman. If you telling me that you saying he evolved just to come in the room, if you thought you felt that way, a grown man would have never came in the room. What was the goal? You went there to do what? To talk about digging up a nigga partner? Because that right there, it took, I looked at the man Jeezy's face. It took restraint, my nigga. It was, and you see they both had niggas in the background. They had their hoodies on. It could have went all the way outside. Probably niggas was loaded up. If he would have reacted any other way to the way that man, because fuck the song. He did the song. I'm not mad at you doing your song. You got a song. We're going to do the song. Boom. After the shit dig your partner up, you send some more niggas, I'm gonna send them back. You not evolved as a man. You haven't understood that the words that you say and the actions that you take is not only affecting you, beloved. Once you don't realize that at 40, you ain't evolved. You ain't evolved.
So back to your criminal boss. So Gucci ain't said nothing that Jeezy didn't say already to the world. So I'm saying, but you saying he incriminated. Jeezy said it already. I said niggas go get his chain. So Gucci just said, you said niggas, I'm gonna steal it back.
He said that 20 years. That man been saying that every day. He been,
it's over, bro. What you want him to say?
He put that on a song, nigga. That's a rap. We talking about a rap.
No,
you out here in plain sight on interviews on internet every day talking about a nigga since put a hit out with your life.
That was a big win for him, though, man. He survived that situation, though.
I don't listen to me. I survived a lot of situations. I never said what a nigga did. I've been in the streets.
Jeezy said it first, though. So how you? Okay, I question. How you feel about Jeezy saying that on a real song? 10,000 go get his chain. How do you feel about that?
But listen to me. What I'm trying to say, if he said 10,000 go get his chain, he ain't said Gucci Mane did this to me. He let him criminate himself. He said go get it. He ain't say I put no hit out on nigga. I sent those niggas to get it. I told them to go get it. He ain't doing that.
He can't say that though.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. The reality is Gucci Mane can't say it even if he say it.
Gucci, you said niggas
that is no street, nigga. I can't hear you. I don't know what happened to you. I can't hear your value. I can't hear you, Hitman. I can't hear you. Y'all hear him? I can't hear him. I can't hear you. I don't know. I can't. Come back. Come on. You hear me now?
Can you hear me?
I still can't hear. Now I hear you.
There we go.
So what you were saying?
So I was just saying on the incriminating part because the only thing Gucci was saying was everything Jeezy said. Like that's all he was saying. So I know. But check this out though.
He ain't say niggas tried to kill him. He sent the nigga to kill him. He never said that.
He never said that.
But I'm just trying to say. But that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Because that could have led to death. Would that have led to death? Like could that would have went left?
What I'm trying to tell you is I'm not condoning the situation. I'm not saying that Jeezy didn't play his part. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this. If we talking about street shit, that nigga said, this is street, this is hood. If you talking about street shit, according to the street code, if you in the street with beef, you don't bring that shit to the internet. You don't tell a nigga that somebody committed a crime against you. You just don't do it.
But that's why I'm confused that because he didn't tell people. Jeezy said it.
How? He said it last night. He said, send some more of your partners, and I'm send that.
But Jeezy already said that though. I can see if you saying like, okay, put it like this: if Jeezy didn't say that, then Gucci get on record like, man, Jeezy sent them. That's snitching.
Did Jeezy ever say that he sent that man to do something to him? Tell me whenever he said that. Tell me one time he ever said that.
He didn't say he sent his partner.
He never said that.
But he also said, I got 10,000 for whoever go get his change.
But okay, I hear what you're saying. There's a bunch of niggas that say you throw shit on a rapper, and you say I don't know what a nigga did, but he never said that he sent that man to go do anything to that man.
Because he get himself locked up though. He can't get himself locked up for saying that.
So what I'm trying to tell you is, so you don't think if Gucci keeps saying it enough that he could get locked up eventually?
He already did it. Like he just said.
So you trying to say if Jeezy say he said it, he can get locked up, but Gucci keeps saying it enough, it ain't gonna cause
so the people that's gonna lock up Jeezy not gonna lock him up for the song that he said it on, but gonna lock up Gucci for saying it.
Because the bottom line is music. A nigga can say
okay, so cool. All right, so last night
I think music. He's saying it every day now.
Okay, so last night I think we missing the entertainment part. We got street rapper versus street rapper. Like if you put Jordan and Vince Carter in the room, I don't want to see them have a 3-point contest. I want to see them do what they do. So it seems like a lot of people trying to like get mad at Gucci for being a street nigga and talking heavy. Like you mad at Gucci for talking heavy?
We're not mad. It's like this. It's like this, right? You know you've been battle rapping. You know it's niggas that talk heavy, right? Mm-hmm. You know, Math Hoffa hit a nigga in the mouth. We know this. Math will swing on a nigga. Boom. But niggas don't. But you understand that it's a certain time, right? Math even understand. I gotta evolve past just swinging on niggas every time they say something I don't like. Mm-hmm. Right? As a man, I gotta say, yo, we evolved past it. That shit was cool when I was 25. But at 40, I'm not doing that no more. Or I'm not. If I feel like I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna tell niggas, hey, if you go past this line, then it is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? So we understand certain shit. At 40, we just evolve in different ways. Of course, niggas want to see, every time they see Math, they want to see, yo, he might hit a nigga. Right? Because that's some shit that follows him.
But
you don't want to go in the ring and every time. You'll be like, yo, that shit is whack, my nigga. If he do hit a nigga, the battle going to be over. The money going to be gone. Niggas going to be like, we can't do it here. You as evolving, you understand that shit don't really add up.
But my side, another thing is you really playing it safe because I'm saying because Pookie Loc was signed to the label, was a CTE affiliate. Gucci owed Jeezy that. His first time in a room with Jeezy, he owed him that, big boy. He owed him that. Let me talk my shit for the last time ever.
But if you really talking about street shit, this is not, I can hear what you're saying. If it's just rap shit and we just battling, it's just rap. This is real street shit where niggas lost their life. So you bring some real street shit to a platform that the world is watching, to where niggas can either go to jail, get killed, all type of shit. You just evolve some real street shit into the world? Like, who does that? I'm never doing that. I'm never going to have a conversation about no real street shit on a platform like that. I'm just not going to do it.
But Jeezy did it first, though. I don't think you did. Just tell me Jeezy wrong first. You
talking about 15, 20 years ago, Hitman. I'm talking about evolution. I'm not talking about
evolution. So evolution was Jeezy being a grown man, knowing he sent somebody to go kill somebody, coming past that, being a grown man, saying I'm unbothered. And Gucci growth was, he sent niggas to come do whatever. We passed it. I'm gonna come do a versus with him. I'm gonna still talk my shit. I'm not gonna go over there and punch him in his face or nothing. I'm gonna just talk my shit.
But yo, can I ask you a question? I just want to ask you to do this serious question.
Yeah.
He said he sent niggas to do something for his chain, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you this. I'm gonna get over you sending a nigga
Bitch.
for my chain. I'm gonna get over you sending a nigga to do something for me for my.
Yeah, what you say?
I said, I'm going to get over you sending a nigga to do something for me for my chain before I get over you taking my man life. Mm-hmm. That's just a fact for me. I don't know. Everybody else might differ. Like, niggas going to be like, you know what? This was a failed attempt. Something happened. But you took my man life. His brothers and shit is probably still with me every day. They say we need to ride on this nigga. They got a lot more reason to be mad than a nigga that got away. So you saying that he involved, like, this man, they had to bury one of their loved ones. They buried him. He gone. He ain't never coming back. And it took restraint for him to sit there talking about dig the nigga up and we gonna send more of them.
That could have been Gucci too, that could have been Gucci in that ground too, though.
But I hear what you're saying. And if Jeezy would have said that on the stage, if he would have sat up there and said, I sent the nigga to do this to you, and he would have showed restraint, I would have respected. I'm talking about 15 years past, you brought up some shit that could have got niggas, that everybody could have died over in a room. For what?
Because that's part of the song. He just played the song. That's what it was.
I was okay with the song, Hitman, but the shit after...
Them the lyrics from the song. He just repeated the lyrics from the song.
He did. That man said, dig your partner. We smoking on Pookie Loc tonight, and you send some more, we gonna send them back. He took this shit to win.
It was in the I agree with that. I ain't really like that comment because it was past the song. Like I could have left, but I understand why he got caught in a moment. He performed the song on a nigga that said like he on stage with the nigga. You can't tell me his emotions ain't running high. I'm on stage with a nigga who sent people to do something. I'm out right now. But dig your partner up, homie, like he ain't caught in a moment.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. And when your emotions supersede your intelligence, you have not evolved. Because you can be amped. Because I'm trying to tell you.
You can't say how much a person evolved. He ain't evolved.
You know what I'm trying to tell you is, listen to me. If it would have been probably anybody but Gucci in that room, with anybody but Jeezy who hasn't evolved to that, it would have been a nigga that was a little less evolved. That whole situation could have went all the way you left. All the way. I'm just trying to tell you. I understand that as a man. I understand that my words and my actions have consequences. Right? So if I say, fuck that, I'm going to throw some shit that can actually result into somebody else dying at the minute after I say it, then I'm not being responsible, my nigga. I got a bunch of niggas that's ride for me. I got to a situation, my niggas like, yo, ready? And I said to myself, I'm not gonna put my niggas in a situation over some shit that it's not really that serious for me. Like, we passed that. Because if it was that serious for 15 years, my nigga, you would have did something.
They been doing stuff, though.
But it would have been, you would have handled it, my nigga. It's no way that y'all in the same clubs. Niggas ain't dying.
That was their first time in the same room in 15, 20 years, bro.
Because do you know how many times Jeezy said, I just heard his Breakfast Club interview. He said, we done been in clubs when it's tension and they here and we here. And
they told me, Atlanta rapper, a lot of Atlanta people saying they ain't been in the same, that's why it was a big deal. I think Diddy tried to make it happen. They ain't been in the same room in 15 years, if I'm not mistaken. That was his first time being in a room with Jeezy. Or second, or from but I'm just saying, you just can't knock Gucci for handling it how he had. He's still, like, if he ain't broke, like, he would have went over there, they would have fought. He said what he said, shit could have went left, but it didn't. They performed icy at the end, they got off his chest.
But you're not realizing the reason why it didn't go left. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The reason why it didn't go left. Because
the nigga who started it had a little more composure.
But you keep saying that. We don't know how it started, Hitman. The nigga
we know how it started. It's on the song. It's on the song, my son.
Your question, Hitman, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think Jeezy got the song and said, go get his chain for nothing?
Got 10,000 for any nigga go get his chain.
But why do you think he said it? That's you don't know. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's the reason his friend dead. That's the reason his friend dead.
No, but the thing is,
can we agree to that?
I can't agree to that. Let me tell you why. Because I don't know what caused him to say that. If these niggas was cool and a nigga say, yo, he got 10,000 for his chain, what created the reason for him to have 10,000 for his chain?
But we know he died. But we know he died after Jeezy saying that. He know a nigga tried to rob Gucci.
What I'm trying to tell you is, listen to me. Only thing you see is that we don't know. It didn't start. It's obvious. If a niggas was cool, they was on the radio, they was on the group, they was doing shit together, and a nigga decided to tell a nigga to go get a nigga chain, there was something that happened prior to that, brother.
There's something happened prior to that, but it could have just been rap beef. It could have just been rap beef prior to that.
But it could have not have been just been rap.
And nobody put it like this. Nobody died before Jeezy made that record. Nobody died before Jeezy made that record.
But that doesn't mean it steps to everything.
But we talking facts, Mike. We gonna talk facts. They was rap beefing, right? Everything good was rap beef.
I don't know. If that was the first time they said anything, it probably wasn't rap beef because they didn't start beefing on the records. They was beefing obviously for something else that none of us know about.
And you're correct. And we know. But what we do know, but what me and you do know, is after that record, one of Jeezy people got killed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But that doesn't mean that's where it started at. Obviously,
I ain't saying that's where it started. I'm saying that's when blood got shed. Ain't nobody else saying R.I.P. nobody else. That's the only, from my understanding, that's the only loss that, you know what I'm saying? Jeezy man died. Like that's I don't understand. I don't know neither myself. I'm not saying I know.
That's
what me and you know. But what me and you know, that's the only bloodshed publicly that we know, and it came after Jeezy put a bounty on Gucci. That's all I'm saying.
But I hear what you're saying. What I'm trying to say is, and we can have this conversation about what happened 15 years ago. I'm talking about what happened last night. It was two 40-year-old men in the room, right? And they both had a situation. And if they both would have reacted the same way, that shit would have went all the way left. It would have been horrible for Atlanta. It would have been horrible.
You're right. It could have went left. It could have went left.
It would have went.
But my only thing disagreement with you is you not seeing Gucci growth. He might not.
I don't see.
He went there. He went.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you grow and you haven't passed something to go there for, if you went there with the intention to cause some shit that could have took it further, how did you grow?
He probably got more growing to do. That don't mean he didn't grow.
So if a nigga trying to squash some shit, right, and I go there with the intention not really to squash it, to get on some other shit, to invoke a nigga to take it further, did I really grow? Just because I went there?
So if you know a known killer and he trying to get his life together, you know if a nigga push him, he shoot him. A nigga push him, he punch him. Is that growing?
No.
That is growing. He ain't shoot him. He ain't kill him. He punched him. That's growing. That's growth.
But I I hear what you're saying, but I'm just trying to tell you, if you know a known killer and he get his life together and he punch a known killer who also get his life together, it's gonna end up to somebody getting killed.
But at least you want. But it's growth. A F to a D is growth. A F to a D is growth.
I hear what you're saying, but
that's all I'm saying.
The ultimate reality
props for accepting it. Jeezy reached out. Jeezy reached out first. Gucci accepted it. Gucci could have been like, nah, nigga, it's on forever.
But I hear what you're saying, and that's why I see the growth in that regard. I'm just saying he could have said whatever he want. If he had a situation, I'm just saying me, right? I don't know if I'm that grown, right? I don't know if I'm in a deal and you take one of my man's life and I extend the olive branch and we doing this and you telling me dig up my partners and you send some more, I'm going to send them back to you, free kill. I don't know I'm that evolved, my nigga. I don't know that you can say that to me publicly in the world and my nigga standing behind probably one of his family. I know his daughter or his son or his brother watching. I don't know if it's not going to go left. I'm saying the growth that it took for that man to deal with that situation at that exact moment was commendable.
And Jeezy probably grown more. Like, he probably grown a lot more. I'm not even arguing that. I just don't like when people grow differently. People grow differently. That could have been the last skeleton in this closet he needed to face, and he held all this composure to not make it go any farther. You know what I'm saying? I just know it took a lot for him to be in the same room with that nigga too. Now,
but I'm saying I think it took a lot for everybody to be in the room. Y'all keep saying that. I'm telling you, I'd rather you almost kill me than kill one of my mans. I just rather that. I could take you almost killing me before I could take you killing a nigga that I call my man. And
so nobody else so is that Jeezy fault? Is that Jeezy fault?
No, I'm just trying to tell you that's a level. It's nobody's fault. It's a level of evolution.
Yeah.
That I'm trying to explain to you that it takes for a nigga to say, yo, you know what? I'm a millionaire. I got family. I got this and that. I'm the breadwinner of my family. I got too much. I'm not going to put that in jeopardy for some shit that I had 15 years ago that I didn't handle yet. Because if it was that serious, my nigga, I would have put some more money on a nigga. Somebody would have left. So if I haven't done that, me coming in here, putting it into the air to where that can happen right now, I don't know. I don't understand the common sense behind it.
So imagine how Gucci feel knowing he couldn't even never made it to today, last night. He couldn't even never made it to last night. That's how probably you never know how he thinking. He like, man, I could have never made it here. I could have been gone 15 years ago. This the nigga that could have had me out here 15 years ago.
And I respect that.
But I came here, you know, and they perform icy. Evidently everything went right. It could be more Jeezy fault.
I just think that if he wasn't ready, if you felt like you wasn't ready, you should have stayed home. Because I wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? I would have just said, you know what, I'm not ready for this, my nigga. This when he respectfully declined because he already said it. And probably, you know the real reason why I'm having this conversation is because there's a false narrative, right? That a nigga is scared because he's not doing nothing. And this nigga's gangster because he is. And I'm just trying to explain to me that the mind state that these kids have is fucked up because they think that what Gucci did was some gangster shit and what Jeezy did was because he was scared he wasn't about this life. And I'm like, nah, my nigga, you don't even get what he did. He gave a blueprint. He tried to save these young niggas. They out here taking each other away.
I ain't knocking that at all. I was my problem. I'm not disrespecting none Jeezy did. I'm not saying he's soft, pause. I'm not saying none of that. I respect all of that. My gripe is just with niggas you don't try to give WAP a little credit. That's all. Like, give WAP a little credit. I'm just
saying, I give him a little credit because ultimately, you know, it ended up where they moved. It seems like they moved a little further past whatever. I don't know if it's 100 because it looked like it was like, all right, whatever. It
was kind of tricky. I ain't know yet.
So I respect that, but I'm just trying to say what Jeezy did for these kids and his coach. Because I'm listening to these kids like, oh, this nigga's a sucker. Guwap is this. He gang, and I'm just like, yo, the mindset that we have. You know, a nigga can't even move past some bullshit and say, yo, for the greater good, I'm not going to kill my man. I'm not trying to kill you. I don't want to see you home. I'm moving past some shit. Like, we got to get out that mind state. And that's what it is for me. And for me, it's like Guwap perpetuated that. It's like, come on, my nigga, you 40. You had an opportunity. Like, even when you did the song, you could have did the song and niggas would have respected, like, yo, this nigga still did that song. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy ain't do Strap. You understand what I'm saying? Like he could have. You understand what I'm saying? Like he didn't do the shit that got him there. He could have. Oh, we gonna play that? Let me feed into that. He said, Nah, my nigga, this ain't about that for me. I understand these kids is dying. And they following what we do, and that's a level of evolution and maturity.
Do you feel Jeezy more had the right to be more comfortable because of knowing that nothing really happened to him? It happened to his partner, but if I sent somebody, quote unquote, just sent somebody, and then that happened, I'm cool. Like, all right, it happened. I'm chilling. Like, I can grow more. Then Gucci had to be more like, do you feel like Gucci had a bigger chip on his shoulder from the situation? Like, who you think took the, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense.
But I hear what you making sense, and that's what I said. That's what I was trying to explain to you. If you, me personally, I don't know everybody else. I would rather you almost take my life than actually take one of my man's life. If you take one of my man's life,
because it falls back on you. Because it falls back on you.
All of that's going to fall back on me. The guilt. Damn, this could have happened over me. And it's a nigga that I fuck with. His family is crying every day. Damn, he lost this and that. I got to take care of his family. I got to do all types of shit for the rest of my life. Gucci, that shit is something that happened. Niggas ain't gonna always be like, yo, nobody ain't crying to him about they lost loved one. He ain't living with no regrets, no guilt. He don't give a fuck. And he's saying he don't give a fuck. He took the nigga life and that's it. He in the ground and I'll send some more. So I'm just trying to say, for me, once you said that to me, that shit would have triggered in my mind, like, this nigga, my man going, and he praying about it. This is okay with him. You understand? That shit psychologically, the thing is, what I'm trying to say is this, right? In Gucci mind, right? What he did was, he created a situation, right? It ain't at this point, it ain't even with Gucci no more. I mean, it ain't even with Jeezy no more. Because that man got brothers, he got uncles, he got this and that. Yeah. They probably say that Jeezy might be like, yo, I'm moving past that. It's other niggas that ain't moving past that. It's other niggas that heard that wasn't in that room, that ain't got nothing to do with it. It's like, you know what? We gonna see this nigga. They might be on a whole nother time. He created a situation that probably wasn't there. They probably was like, yo, that shit is over. We moving past that. He re-brought energy into some shit that niggas probably let die 15 years ago.
I don't think he re-brought the energy. The energy was already there. The energy was be there regardless. He played this record.
But let's say you went to church. And you like, yo, I forgive him. That shit was this many years ago. And then you go up there to watch that and he say that shit again.
All right, baby.
You just reinvigorated energy that wasn't there for what? It didn't have to be. You made the song. You just dig that nigga up. We smoking on Pookie Low. You put some other shit into the world for what?
Yeah. I feel he ain't gonna do that no more. Like, I feel like that was his last in front of Jeezy, in front of the, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the only reason he did that. I think he just always want to get it off his chest in front of Jeezy. I feel like if he did it some more, if he do it like tomorrow to get on live, it still didn't look crazy. But I feel if he leave it alone now, I think they got it off their chest. He said what he had to say to Jeezy. Jeezy grown man, left it alone. They performed after, and I think everything gonna be good. You know, that's my personal opinion, though.
All I'm saying, that's your personal opinion, but we ain't saying whoever else ain't like what he said. Jeezy don't speak for everybody. It's niggas from that dude hood that ain't squashing it now because they probably squashed and let that shit go. They probably like, yo, you heard what that nigga said? We smoking on Pookie Low tonight.
He played the diss record, so that's gonna feel like that anyway.
But that's what I'm saying.
Anyway.
I hear what you, but I know, but they probably would listen to the song and be like, okay, that was a song, it's bad, and we knew it was coming. But the extra shit,
the extra ad-libs.
We try to let this shit go. This shit might be different now, you know. And that's just me being from the street, knowing how niggas think, you know.
They should be mad at. That should rekindle a flame of being mad at Jeezy too. Jeezy put that shit on the song. That's his. Jeezy should have said that.
Jeezy did that 15 years ago. We can't.
Right.
This shit is over. Nigga he did his bid for us. He came home. He ain't on the same shit, Gucci. And that's what Jeezy said. You still talking the same shit, bro. Like we invited. You still saying the same shit. That shit tired. It's over. You said that already. You said that. You been said that. We heard you. You got something else to say? Like for what?
That's the first time saying it to Jeezy though. It's a difference.
I I don't know how different it is. Listen to me.
It's different. I can get on the internet and talk about you all day, then I see you at one of them parties or something, and then we say, like, you know, it's different.
But if you're not gonna punch me in my face or do something, what it mean though? That's what I'm trying. If you on the phone, if we having the same conversation on the phone, then we gonna have like, yo, I want to meet you face to face, so you can say the same thing you said on the phone. If I'm gonna meet you face to face and I'm gonna say it, then I want to do something more. You just want to say that for what? What is it? It gave you some more energy because you said the same words and I'm saying here. I heard you say it 30 times.
Yeah.
You know, that's just me. If I want to say, if I get in front of you to provoke you, then I'm prepared, or I'm going to evoke some level of action. If I move past it, then I'm moving past it. I just don't get it. And I mean, listen to me, like you said, like everybody said, everybody has a different level. What I'm trying to say anymore, I'm trying to say that Gucci has a lot more evolved than you. That's just my opinion.
But you say I already got the answer from you though. That's all I wanted. You said he grew for a little bit. You said
he is a little growth. Yeah, you see him cleaning himself up. He's staying out of shit. He's still doing shit that's reckless here and there. But at the end of the day, you see a little bit of growth. But it's just that the things that he do that be reckless, it be like, hey, you don't even got to do that. Like I've been watching. Like, sometimes he just go all the way left, man. And it's to be like, damn, for what? He was doing so good. Like, yeah. You know, but listen, it is what it is, man. But I appreciate the doc always.
Appreciate you. You already know it, bro. I got you. Now I call you.
All right, boy.